life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you would like to manifest a more specific message from today's reading, I do recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energetic transference that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation, not just here in this video, but in future reading videos as well. Okay, so I am going to start today by shuffling the traditional tarot cards, but I also want to share with you a phrase that has been in my mind all day long leading up to doing this recording, and that phrase is, we don't get to control the process. I'm also hearing let it happen through you, or let it work through you. So I feel that if you've aligned with this video today, there are very powerful changes, transformations, manifestations taking place behind the scenes in your life at this time. However, as this phrase is saying, we don't get to control the process. So all of this is actually happening in the background. It's happening automatically and naturally. Now, I'm hearing that there are ways to facilitate the process. So while it can't be controlled, there are ways to facilitate it in the sense that we can do things to allow ourselves to be more in that flow state, to be more energetically open and aligned. And this can allow those changes and transformations to happen more quickly, easily, and effectively. And of course, the way that we keep our energy open is very different from person to person. Lately, I have been listening to my own subliminals that I've created through my app overnight while I am sleeping. So I've been using them during the day, especially in the morning, for years, but I've rarely actually used them overnight. And already with just a few days of doing this, I have noticed that my subconscious has felt deeply replenished and reprogrammed. I've noticed my energy levels are already so much higher. I have this higher degree of focus and a sense of that energetic alignment taking place more easily. So that is the tool that I personally use. And of course, if you feel guided to those, you can check out my app, Sound and Soulful, which is now available in both the Google Play and the Apple App Store. I am so passionate about this app, and I know that many of you are using the subliminals I've created there and seeing a lot of benefit as well. But this is a tool that I've personally found really helpful in clearing my own energy and helping me to stay aligned with my desires in a way that, again, facilitates that flow state and that process that we aren't able to control, that we really have to allow to happen through us. So you can search for my app by searching Sound and Soulful in the app stores. I will leave a link to it under this video as well, so you can check it out by following that link. Also, if you do feel inspired to explore it. But I am going to be starting off today by pulling a couple cards here, because we've been in this really strange kind of limbo energy. It feels like having a foot in two worlds, or being between two different things. And I'm hearing choose peace, choose surrender, choose flow, because those are the types of states that resonate with fifth dimensional energy and fifth dimensional higher vibrational timelines. That other kind of world that I feel we're kind of in between, or sort of have a foot in at this time, is that world of control, force, push, restriction, which obviously all of those are opposite energies from the fifth dimension. Those are very heavily third dimensional based energies. And the thing about this push, force, effort, control is in the old paradigm, those ways of being served us in some sense. Many of us come from backgrounds of needing to push or control or force things to some degree in our lives in the past, possibly out of necessity because of our circumstances. And we were more aligned with that third dimensional based kind of reality and energy. But if you've aligned with this video, you have been shifted internally on a really deep cellular, energetic level. And because of these shifts, those old patterns of force and control and effort are no longer going to bring you the same results or work in the same way. And you've most likely already noticed this happening in your life. You can feel it with every fiber of your being whenever you find yourself tempted to try to control something or push something into place artificially. You can feel yourself contradicting that flow of your own being, which is really the flow of all the universe moving through you. And equally, you can feel it when you are in allowance, when you are allowing that flow, when you are letting yourself move with it in an attitude of surrender, embracing the not knowing, which reminds me of a Rumi oracle card we sometimes pull that talks about in the guidebook, embracing the unknown, embracing the not knowing. Okay, so with all of that being said, in somewhat of a lengthy intro here, I'm going to be shuffling. I know I've said that a couple times in this reading, but I keep getting distracted by these new downloads coming through. So if anything here has connected with you so far, or if you are experiencing certain things on your own timeline in your own life that you'd like to share about with our community, then feel free to write a comment and share some of your experiences, only if you feel guided to do so, of course. Okay, so here we have the Six of Pentacles in the upright position. I'm hearing that you've been in a very giving energy, energetically speaking. Now, for some of you, it might not just be energetic. This could be literal, this could be material. For a while now in your life, you've been in this giving mode. You've been putting a lot of positive energy out into the universe in one way or another. For some of you, this could be done when you are completely alone with yourself, visioning out into an expanded future, visioning out into your own success and abundance and happiness. And in those positive visualizations, you are emitting a very positive, powerful energy that, in a sense, is you giving back to the collective, you transmitting this positive energy out into the universe, even when you are completely alone doing these visualization or meditation exercises. And it doesn't even have to be meditation or visualization. This could be anything you're doing, even again, if it's when you are completely on your own, that is generating this powerful positive energy and actually uplifting the collective whole. For others of you, this could be a way that you are giving that's much more literal and material. So you might be giving your time, your energy, your material things to people around you to support them, to uplift them. Of course, as you felt guided to do so, it's felt right for you, it's felt aligned for you if this is you. And what you need to know is whether you've been giving energetically or literally materially, your giving is being responded to because everything in the universe desires to maintain balance. And when you give, you receive. So the energy that you've been transmitting is going to be received back to you in some way. whatever you've been putting out into the universe is going to come back to you, because we live in this incredibly responsive universe managed by the law of attraction. And anytime we transmit a certain kind of energy or give in some way, it always boomerangs and returns back to us, even if it comes in a completely different form. And that in itself might be relevant for someone, because for someone listening, something you may have given may have felt lost. But I'm hearing nothing that you've given has been lost, and nothing has gone unaccounted for when it comes to the level of universal energy. Everything you've given is going to return back to you, is being responded to. So for some of you, maybe you gave love, or you gave upliftment or support or inspiration to certain people in your life who seemed ungrateful or didn't reciprocate that energy or those things. But nothing that you've given will return to you void. Everything that you've given will come back to you, even if it comes back to you through another person or form. Now, I'm hearing that for many of you listening, this does have to do with love specifically. So for many listening, you've given love to a person or maybe a group of people or a situation that wasn't capable of receiving or returning that love fully. But this was still an energy that you transmitted out into the universe. And although it might not return back to you through the specific person or group or form that you gave it to, it will come back to you. And not only will it come back to you, but I'm hearing it will come back multiplied, even if it comes through another person, form, or situation. So I'm also getting a message of being open to allowing the universe to give through to you, even if it's through another person, thing, or avenue. So holding the vision or the essence of what you want to manifest, but being flexible as to how it comes back to you. Because for someone listening, I'm just getting this sense that the universe is trying to deliver certain things, gifts, manifestations into your life, but mentally you might be closed off to receiving those things because they're coming through a new or unexpected person, form, or source. And again, this is all about being in that flow state, being surrendered even as to how our manifestations come back to us. Because yes, we can facilitate the flow of this source energy by remaining energetically open through our meditations, setting intentions, visualizations, subliminals, all of these things. But being surrendered in how those manifestations come into our physical world or come back to us is such a key here, unlocking that door to the essence of so many things that we've desired for a long time. So I'm just hearing the universe wants to give you something. Be open to it, be flexible about it, be surrendered to how it comes to you. Because for some, again, this could be love, and maybe you gave your love to someone, you poured your heart out to someone who wasn't capable of reciprocating that love. And the universe is saying, I'm sending you everything that you ever desired, and all of that love you gave to this person multiplied, but possibly through another person or source. Now, of course, at the end of the day, your intuition is always the compass of your life experience, and it's my only goal through these readings to help you more consciously reconnect with that intuitive voice within yourself and confirm those intuitive knowings that you're already receiving. So only take from that whatever feels resonant for you. But I want to channel a bit more on what the universe wants to give to you or what could be coming into your life. Okay, we have the Two of Wands, two paths, two options, and this actually reminds me of a mini reading I did yesterday. You guys know I do these main collective readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the channel, but I also like to do videos and readings in between those main readings that I refer to as mini readings. So in one of those mini readings, we talked about you being presented with two different options, but there's no higher or lower of the two, meaning they are equal options, but they are different. Two different pathways, but they both have the potential to carry the essence of manifesting the core of what you desire. Meaning, for example, if these are two different love options, they both have the potential of bringing you all of the things that you desire in love. It's just about your preference here. If these are two different career paths, the same thing. These are two different pathways that both carry the essence of everything your heart desires, or the potential to manifest the essence of those desires. But you get to choose which pathway feels better to you, feels more aligned for you personally. It's all about personal preference here. So the universe might be trying to send new options or choices into your life, specifically in a situation where you may have felt a little bit pigeonholed into one option, or maybe you had a little bit of tunnel vision on one specific option. And this is where the universe is asking you to be open and surrendered as to how your desires manifest, because you might be not fully seeing another potential option that's open and ready for you, ready for your consideration. If you are possibly hyper focused on the option that you've been given to for a long time. And remember, there's no sunk cost fallacy here. There's no just because you've been pouring into something so long means you should keep investing there necessarily. I mean, you can choose to do that because, again, either pathway has the potential to manifest the essence of what you desire, but nothing you've ever given has been lost. It's been invested out into the universe, and it's going to return to you multiplied, no matter which pathway you choose, even if it comes through another person or source here. Yeah, because one major blessing that wants to come into your life right now is harmonious union and connection. Now, for some of you, you might already be in a relationship, so maybe this is greater harmony and depth within that current relationship. For others of you, this could be a new person or connection, someone re-entering from your past, or any number of different variations of union or reunion. But this is such a powerful, beautiful energy of partnership, of equality here. What else can I channel? Okay, so as this union is making its way into your life, this union energy, I'm getting the sense that someone feels as though they've failed here. And they're recognizing the depth of this connection, feeling like they fumbled the ball, for lack of better wording. Someone is feeling like they really failed when it came to solidifying a connection with you. Whereas you are up here experiencing or coming into this Two of Cups energy. Interesting. I feel you connecting with this King of Pentacles essence. This energy of being with someone who's very grounded, very stabilized, and because they are so stabilized in themselves, they tend to have this naturally stabilizing effect on you as a byproduct of that stability that they've attained within themselves. Now, just because it's a King of Pentacles doesn't mean this has to be a male or a masculine energy, but this person may be more so in their divine masculine, which of course we all have a balance of both energies within us, so you can take this however it connects. But this person may be leaning more so into their divine masculine at this time, meaning they've been focused on stabilizing themselves in a positive way, materially, possibly with their work. They may have accomplished a lot when it comes to their career or their finances or material world. And I just get the sense of someone having developed a lot of stability in their own life, and now they want to share that with another person, of course being you in this connection here. But there's someone else here feeling as though they've failed. And this is someone who's really been struggling to stabilize themselves. They've felt very destabilized in their life but they are recognizing the depth of the connection or the potential that was there between the two of you that they might be feeling like they've lost out on. I'm hearing they put their trust in the wrong person or the wrong people. With the Queen of Swords reversed, specifically, there could have been a feminine energy around this person who they mistakenly trusted. This person may have gossiped about you or spoken negatively about you or had some kind of control over them. Now, in some cases, this could have been a romantic partner or person in their life that I heard they jumped ship with you and latched onto this person or trusted this person, and this person caused them to hold their tongue when it came to you. So it's like somehow this person convinced them to cut off communication with you or communicate less or to maybe ghost you entirely, whether it was a friend or maybe someone they were in a relationship with that they chose to trust and to be with and then went silent on you. But regardless, they're in deep regret about this because they are seeing this person for who they truly are. And hearing it was just a karmic cycle. So they may have believed things that this person told them because they were coming up as the Queen of Cups reversed. This is someone who, whether it was a friend or a romantic situation, they may have loved them very transactionally, meaning they gave a lot to them, but they expected a lot in return. And it was very transactional love between them. They may have received a lot from this particular feminine energy, which almost guilted them into trusting this person or manipulated them into trusting this person. I get the sense this is someone who will give in order to win someone's trust over, but then ultimately the floor fell through on this connection. They're seeing this for what it really is, which is a karmic cycle with a person that they really can't trust. And now they're going through a massive tower moment that's really happening on their heart space. Their heart is going through a tower moment because they're feeling all of the emotions that they forcibly repressed because of the mistaken guidance or influence they received from this Queen of Swords reversed. So now they're feeling all of those emotions all at once that they were repressing. And they're wanting so strongly to manifest you back into their life with the Magician in the upright position. In fact, you may have dreamt about this person recently, or maybe you've been thinking about them recently when you haven't for a while, or something along those lines. I feel you've been receiving signs about this person because they've been trying to manifest you back into their life, because they've been sending you energy really strongly and feeling a lot of heavy emotions about you at this time. I get the sense something really fell through with that Queen of Swords reversed, whether it was a friend, a family member, or a lover. This is someone I feel they are on bad terms with right now, maybe not even speaking to, or at least they're really seeing through this person. Things are massively coming to light with the Judgment card, and it's causing them to really reevaluate everything, to go on this journey of deep self-evaluation, which in itself is really a spiritual journey with the Star card. It's meant to actually awaken them spiritually. Now, I feel that when you were in this person's life, you actually did spark a spiritual awakening within them earlier on, but they ultimately, out of fear or self-sabotage, or listening to the wrong people, trusting the wrong people in their life, they stifled that spiritual awakening kind of energy that was trying to flow through them for the sake of getting along with that person or with others. And in doing this, they really backed themselves into a corner here. And now that they're seeing the truth about that person or group of people that was really just a karmic cycle that they were choosing to repeat, they are now having this tower moment of feeling all of their emotions they were trying to repress, wanting to manifest you back into their life, and finally allowing this awakening that was really supposed to take place back when you first connected with them. In fact, that is when it started taking place, but again, they just stifled that energy, and I feel that caused the two of you to disconnect for the time being. So I want to know more about what this person is feeling the Hierophant. Okay, so this is someone realizing that the person or the guidance that they listened to was very superficial or fleeting, whereas whatever connection they had with you was extremely reliable and long term. It's like they threw out something extremely reliable for something that was extremely temporary, and they feel as though they were deceived or manipulated into doing that because the other person seemed to be giving them so much. It's almost like love bombing, giving them a lot of their time or their energy or their communication or affection initially, only to pull back really hard once the karmic cycle was completed because there was no true deeper connection there. They're realizing that what they had with you was much more reliable and long term. With the Queen of Wands, this is how they're perceiving you. So whereas that other person was the Queen of Swords reversed, you are the Queen of Wands. I'm hearing they use force, you use magic. So it's almost as though that person before wielded a sword. So they had this very cutting, spiteful, biting kind of energy, but you wield a wand. So you have this power of influence over them. Yes, it's like they feel this magnetism from you, but over others as well. But it's not a force or control. It's a magnetism that comes from your natural aura, from your energy. It's a kind of magic, for lack of a better word, around you that people respond to. You are elevated to positions of power and leadership, either spiritually or in this world, however it resonates for you, but not because you force or control, but because you have this naturally beautiful magnetic energy that's come through a lot of hardship as well. You've cultivated this aura, this energy through a lot of difficulty that you have overcome in your life, that's in a sense purified and elevated your vibration. And this is now that kind of magic wand that you are waving around. And of course, this is symbolic here, but you are to them this magical being that is a very powerful manifester, but that source of power is gentle and soft and beautiful. It's not that sword that's biting and spiteful, as in the case of that Queen of Swords reversed. And for some reason, all of these cross comparisons are coming up. So this person is really doing a lot of that cross comparison and noticing all of the ways in which they were really manipulated into taking this person's guidance over yours and allowing this person to influence them into silence in some way. When really all along you've been this Queen of Wands and you are being really consciously revealed to this person as the Queen of Wands that you've always been, as this very effortlessly magnetic but gentle person, this strong leader, someone that they could have or could have had this very long-term stable connection with, represented by the Hierophant. Yeah, this is them recognizing that, really solidifying in that knowledge with the Three of Pentacles. But they do feel a bit backed into a corner here. It's almost like they're punishing themselves by staying away from you, but at the same time, they're thinking of you so heavily that they're sending you this energy, trying to manifest you back into their life. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the Rumi Oracle to pull one more card here. If you do resonate with this reading, I will be continuing it onto our extended Patreon reading. So the link to join our beautiful Patreon soul tribe is under the video if you do feel guided to do so. And when you do join on Patreon, you get access to all of the extended readings that I have created, and of course to this extended reading as well. So the Rumi Oracle card here is Let Love Transform, and I'm going to read a message from the guidebook here to hopefully give us a bit more insight into this situation or what you're experiencing in your life generally. Okay, the guidebook says, the spring of love arrives to transform the dust into a garden. The call is heard from the heavens to bid the wings of soul to fly. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dry land receives the water of life. The stone becomes a ruby, and the body becomes all soul. Rumi. And the guidebook says, detach yourself from expectations of timing. The harvest will be at the best time, when the ripeness is just right, so utterly juicy and sweet, you shall know with certainty that this is the best way. Not a moment sooner would have been perfect, nor a moment later. Absolute trust is the best way to adhere to the law of love. Wow, it's so interesting how that Rumi Oracle message really brought us full circle back to that initial starting message that we really don't get to control the process, but surrender, allowing the harvest to happen in divine timing is the way to facilitate the flow of that energy more effectively. So that feels like a beautiful pausing point for this reading. Of course, we will be diving deeper into the messages on Patreon, and the link to that is underneath the video. But otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. I would love for you to subscribe if you resonate with my content, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. Have a beautiful remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading.